Got it. It's bumpy. We've made it to Saddle Mountain. I'm very excited because it has probably been 15 years since I've done a hike like this, or this hike exactly. So I'm very excited. Yay! It's like the Grinch. The Grinch came and shed laid all of his hair clippings in the forest. 1,600 feet of elevation gain. Here we go. Truly not that much in the grand scheme of things, but a few years ago, probably would not have been able to do this. So thank you, body. Thank you, legs and feet. Reverence for all that be. Also, I feel called to share the reminder that for those of us whose where health did not come naturally, it is a marathon, not a sprint by any means. In fact, sprinting towards health goals is only going to backfire on us in the end. It has taken me 10 plus years to achieve this level of health that I'm currently at, to balance my internals and the way that they are, and to have the ability to do what I am currently doing and what I have been doing in the realm of health and fitness and wellness. And so just a huge reminder that health journeys are certainly not a sprint, but a marathon. And the more you put it off, the longer your journey will be. The sooner you begin making choices that are in alignment with the pathway of health that you desire, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions relating to health, the sooner the better. So start making healthy choices now, because healthy choices today lead to healthful tomorrows and beyond. So, rock covered moss covered rock. I retract what I said about health journeys being a sprint, or being a marathon and not a sprint. Because two things can be true, right? The journey may be a sprint and a marathon. Oh. Hey, buddy. The journey may be a sprint at times, right? There will be some weeks where we are so on top of it and we are making healthful choices in each and every moment that we have the option. right? And that may feel like a sprint. Other times it may feel like a marathon. It may feel like this long, arduous journey that seems unattainable at times. But the more that we train for it, we do actually have the capacity. But on the other hand, it has me thinking about what is the most sustainable, right? If we are to sprint towards our goals in every single moment, how exhausting is that? How exhausting is it to always sprint? Sprints, when done in moderation, are very great for the body. Sprints done all the time may have a more negative effect on the body. Marathons done all the time, I'm not certain, as I don't fully know much about the body's or the marathon's effect on the body, but I can only imagine that too many marathons on the body may have detrimental effects. But now it has me thinking about pilgrimages. What, in the longest run, in the most sustainable sense, what type of journey is it where the body can keep up, where the body feels sustained enough to keep going for long periods? And it's often pilgrimages, right? So how can we interpret our health journey to be that of a pilgrimage, right? Knowing that we have a long way to go, and making choices in conjunction with positive outcomes of that long, at times arduous journey. Okay. Help but reflect on roots, right? Roots. Earlier on this hike, I passed a tree, and it was sitting atop of a boulder, and its roots, this is the boulder, its roots were grasping the boulder. And granted, there was plenty of soil surrounding the roots in order to give it the nourishment that it needed in order to thrive enough to become this giant tree. But so much of what helps us to sustain our long pilgrimages towards health and wellness is as our roots. Our roots is or are. 35 years old, and sometimes I still have trouble figuring out whether to use the word is or are. But it's our roots. What are we grasping at our roots, and what are we then absorbing within our roots? Those two questions and those answers have the power to determine literally how long and how sustainable our own pilgrimages will be, whatever they are. Are our roots grasping at material items or experiences or whatever it might be, thoughts, music, words? Are our roots grasping at that which allows us to grow and to flourish and to thrive into our being and embody our deepest and fullest and wholest aspects of wellness? Or are we allowing our roots to grasp at that which is more toxic, more more prone to imbalance and disharmony, right? There's so much music in the world that creates disharmony, right? That which is not harmonious influences more disharmony within the world. That which is toxic creates more toxicity within the world, right? So what are we listening to? What are we allowing into our roots? And I've been learning to think about our entire body as a root system, right? Like when you think about the rocks and the trees and literally everything on earth is rooted into earth unless we are in some way, shape, or form reversing that natural order of things, whether it be through zero gravity, right? Whether or not we're an astronaut, we're literally floating through space, unattached from the world, or whether we're on like a carnival ride that's creating a certain level of zero gravity and where we're not like physically being attracted back down to this earth. But for the most part, like everything that was made on earth belongs on earth, and the way that we are rooted into earth is by the gravitational pull that we all experience, whether it be rocks, trees, animals, humans. Like we are our entire body is a root system that is rooting into earth. And so what are we allowing our roots to sink into? What are we then allowing our roots to absorb? What kind of foods are we allowing into our body? What kind of thoughts? If we're constantly thinking negative thoughts of like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, whatever those negative thoughts might be, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough, it's too difficult, I don't know how to do that is even a negative thought. But like, it's so easy to shift those, right? So like, instead of thinking like, I cannot do this or I don't know how to do this, shifting our thoughts with simple word transitions such as, I'm learning to do this. I am training for this, even though it feels difficult at times, right? So like, what is it that we are allowing our roots to grasp onto and to absorb into? What are we allowing into our body and into our mind? And those answers are either going to promote the sustenance of this lifelong pilgrimage towards more harmony and balance within our body, or it's going to hinder it in some way, shape, or form. So close to the clouds. I guess we're in the clouds. I stopped for about a moment and I turned around. Hi, my love. Look at those ears. Hi. How beautiful and fresh these pine cones are. Oop. They're still so green. And if you can imagine what a freshly blossomed pine cone smells like. Oh, and it's so fragrant. And it smells like the freshest pine scent. How beautiful. Sticky, sappy. Oh. Freshy fresh. What do we have here? We made it to the tip top, but it's a foggy day. But we're in the clouds! And the sun is coming out.
Interesting facts about Saddle Mountain is not only is Saddle Mountain the tallest peak in Clatsop County, but it also formed during the Miocene um, when lava flow from the Columbia River basalts made contact with the ancient sea.
Can we all just give extreme gratitude and reverence to the earth stewards and trail stewards of this land, and specifically this trail, for laying down these wire grates, because without them this trail would be so dangerous. Just want to say thank you, trail angels and earth stewards, for making this trail a little bit safer for all of us. Agyamanak. Salamat po. Thank you. The way that the clouds are just bordering. What are these, the Cascades? Amazing.